Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wellston Golden Rocket Basketball right here on BMG Media. Packed house here at Wellston High School, Bill. Bill Norris joining me here tonight. Packed house here tonight, Bill, as the Golden Rockets get ready to host the Vinton County Vikings.
Well, I'm telling you, folks, that just like with football, this is basketball, and it's Wellston and Vinton County.
As we've always said, and everybody said, I was even talking to some folks before we came on the air here this evening, is that when it comes down to these teams, you can almost throw the scorebooks out the door because you just really don't know what's going to happen in a game between these two teams.
You do not. It doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter what Vinton County, Wellston's record is. You come out tonight, you can feel it in the air where it's going to be some basketball tonight.
Speaking of records, Vinton County comes in here tonight with an outstanding record, folks, of a record of 8-1. And the Rockets come in with a record, I believe, of 5-6 on the year. So it should be a very interesting matchup. Now, of course, if you're going based off of records, Vinton County would have the edge. But again, when you have two spirited teams and a packed house like it is here tonight, it's going to be an exciting night of basketball.
Folks, if you can get out here tonight, I'm telling you right now, we've got a packed house. You might not. You might have to set up in the nosebleed section because you got because MacArthur and Vinton County is next door. We've got a packed house here tonight.
Looking for some great basketball action here tonight. We're about 3:24 away from an opening tip here this evening at Wellston High School. Coach Jim Darrow-Court. And again, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Of course, Kyan Irvin comes in here tonight is one of the league's top scorers. And we're going to see really what the Vikings kind of game plan, Bill, defensively they put together to try to shut him down because he's an outstanding player, as we've already mentioned. One thing the Rockets also have that's going to be a big benefit for them as well is having Gunnar Harmon back out at that point guard spot tonight for them as well, for the Rockets.
Well, you know, right now I like to give these boys some nicknames, so Gunnar Harmon's going to be the gunslinger.
But switching over to the Vikings side, Coach N.J. Kite, his record really speaks for himself. Coach Combs is the first year. He's taken over for Coach Combs for the Vinton County Vikings, and NJ's just picked up right where Coach Combs left off. And they have an outstanding record again coming in here tonight at Coach Jim Darrow-Court at Wellston High School with a record of 8-1 and clicking on all cylinders right now. And the Rockets are going to have their hands full here this evening.
Well, I'll tell you right now, usually in any basketball game right at the beginning, there is back and forth, where the ball is going up and down the court so fast that it's easy for a team to pull ahead by 10 points in that first quarter.
The Vikings are so balanced, and they have some nice size under the basket with number 34, Allman, for the Vikings. And then also number 3 out there. We'll get names and numbers for you here in just a moment. But Allman is one of those types of players for the Vikings that he's an outstanding athlete, outstanding in football and basketball. So it's going to be interesting tonight what the Rockets are going to be able to put together to stop him, Bill, underneath the basket.
Well, I tell you what, I was standing over there, both of us were, when the boys were coming out there at the beginning of the game or at the beginning of the warm-up, and Vinton County's got some big boys on the team.
They have some cornbread and bean boys, that's for sure. And it's going to be interesting, as we mentioned, what kind of defensive strategy that the Vikings and Coach Kite are going to put together to try to shut down Kyan Irvin early, because really Kyan is the biggest scoring threat that the Rockets have. So it's going to be fun to watch here tonight, about a minute away here from opening tip of Wellston High School. Coach Jim Darrow-Court. Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action here this evening. Packed house, standing room only here at Wellston High School. Again, we want to thank all of our fine sponsors for making this possible tonight. BCR Construction, Adena Health Systems, and FOT SF Restoration. Thank you, folks, for your fine sponsorships. We're getting ready to break loose here in just a moment. We want to mention to you as well, we have an outstanding officiating crew on tap here for this evening. Well, probably one of the better crews in our Southeast District. The guys will do a great job, and we'll try to get you their names here for you in just a moment. But right now, we're going to take a break away for the National Anthem, and as soon as the National Anthem is over, we'll be right back with Golden Rocket and Viking basketball. Welcome back once again, Rocket and Viking fans, to Wellston High School Coach Jim Darrow Court. Bill Norris on Bub Norris bringing you your action tonight. Outstanding job by the 6th grader Bill singing the national anthem for the Golden Rockets. I believe his name is Mason Gillum. Don't hold me to that. Don't get upset with him if I got it wrong. But he done an outstanding job, and that's worthy of being brought to everybody's attention here tonight. One player also, Bill, that the Rockets are going to have to be aware of is a player for Vinton County as well as is Garrett Brown. Former Rocket player, which is going to make it interesting tonight, but now a Vinton County Viking player. And he's obviously an offensive threat tonight for the Vikings. He's going to pick up. They have a very balanced offense. Again, coming in here tonight with an 8-1 record. Rockets coming in with a 5-6 record. And Coach N.J. Kite has the Vikings clicking on all cylinders tonight. Rockets are going to have to really step up their game this evening.
Well, there's different kind of strategies. And like you said, Vinton County has a pretty balanced team. So they probably work the ball around and spread those points around, where Wellston typically has to work with maybe one scorer that excels more than the others, and they have to build their team around that young man.
Again, great officiating crew here tonight, Bill, on hand. Kevin Schwartzel, Nate Curley, and Chavez as the officials here for the game here for this evening. Want to big a shout out to a lot of fans listening all around Southern Ohio tonight, really all over the country. And the JB, the Bruce Meister, Jared Bruce, highway patrolman down in the Gallia County area, Meigs County area. So if you're ever driving through down there, be careful. Tuned in to us tonight. We're getting ready to do the starting lineups here for the Golden Rockets. Gunnar Harmon going to be starting at that guard spot tonight for the Rockets. He's an outstanding ball handler, distributes the ball, is what I'd like to say it this way, distributes the ball to where it should be and to the right people. So he does a great job. Will Briggs, number 42, is going to be filling up that forward spot for us tonight. Josh Jackson going to be at the other guard spot for the Rockets this evening. Then Brennan Tabern going to be at the other forward spot. And then Kyan Irvin, the 6'4 senior for the Rockets, already full ride to University of Rio Grande. The Rockets are going to lean on him hard tonight. It's really going to boil down to tonight, folks, is how he's going to be able to do against this Viking offense and defense. All right, for the Vinton County Vikings here, let's take a look at their lineup for you as well. Looks like number 20, that is Garrett Brown. Number 2 is Davidson. Number 13 is Brady Kane. Tip goes up. Rockets come away with it. Kyan Irvin with it for the Rockets. We are underway here from Coach Jim Darrow Court, Wellston High School. Bill Norris, I'm Bub Norris, bringing you your action tonight. Gunnar Harmon with the ball out top on the right wing, dribbles to the center of the court, looking to get open. And again, the Vikings right now just going man-to-man, man-up defense. Number 2's guarding Kyan Irvin. That's going to be a matchup to watch. Davidson guarding Irvin tonight. Gunnar Harmon with the ball out top. Nice pass back door. Josh Jackson with the ball, passes it across the court to Tabern. Back out to Harmon. Harmon looks at a 3, passes it up, kicks it down to the corner to Will. Irvin with the ball inside the paint. A little shake and bake outside, pulls it back outside, now guarded by number 5, and that would be Sharp.
Looks like Wellston's taking their time right now, Bub.
Patience is good. Will Briggs with a 3, nails it. That's very important. Rockets come out tonight with a 3-point goal right off the bat. 6:58 to go here in the first quarter. We're just getting underway. Rockets on top. 3-0 over the Vinton County.
And I like that confidence he had where he hung that hand up in the air a little bit.
Davidson back out top to Sharp. Sharp back to Davidson for a 3. No good. Rebound, Irvin. Irvin with the ball, pushing it up the right side of the floor. He stop and pop for a 3 out top. Nothing. And no good. Rockets turn it over. Again, Coach N.J. Kite with his first year coaching the Vikings this year, taking over for the legendary Matt Combs. Sharp with the ball out top, guarded by Harmon. Sharp to the corner. Shot for the Vikings. Up, three-point goal. It is good. Number 13 on the goal. That's Brady Kane. Harmon with the ball out on the right wing for the Rockets. Pulls it back out to the top of the key. Vikings playing outstanding man-to-man defense. Harmon, little shake and bake, drive to the rack, shot, no good. Rebound, Brown for the Vikings. Kicks it ahead to number 13, Kane. Kane back to Brown. Brown to the baseline. Back out to number 2. That's Davidson. Davidson on the right wing, steps out of bounds.
Hey, I really like, Bub, that drive that Gunnar Harmon, he took it right down the lane. He saw an opening, and he took it.
And Rockets will have to do that tonight against a very talented and aggressive Viking defense. Harmon with the ball on the right side for the Rockets. Josh Jackson, Will Briggs, Kyan Irvin, and Brennan Tabor. Harmon going to shoot a three. Nails it!
And the gunslinger does it!
The Rockets on top 6-3 with 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. Rockets going to set back in a 2-3 zone defense to the right wing. Goes to Brown in the corner. Back out top to number 20. That's Sharp. We have a foul under the basket, it appears to be.
I'll tell you, Bub, this is great. And, of course, everybody's always talked about the three-point line, but I like it that Wellston is comfortable of shooting that, because when they first come out with that line, nobody wanted to do it.
Three-point goal by the Vikings, no good. Rebound Tabor. Stolen back by the Vikings, stolen back by the Rockets. Kicks it ahead to Harmon on the right side. He's going to have to have a big game for the Rockets tonight if they're going to stay in this thing against the Vikings. Josh Jackson with the ball out top, guarded by Brown. Little shake and bake move. Drives the baseline, has an opportunity for reverse. Nope, doesn't. Harmon. That's a tough one.
Tough call.
4:48 to go here in the first. Rockets on top, 6-3 here early against the Vinton County Vikings. Again, outstanding officiating crew on hand here this evening. Sharp with the ball, goes to the corner, left side to Brown. Brown drives to the basket. Skip pass to number 13, shoots a three. It is good!
Tell you, it's
Brady Kane.
Up and down, trading the threes.
Tied back up 6-all. 4:25 to go in the first quarter. Josh Jackson with the ball out top. Guarded by number 5 again. That's Sharp. Pass to Brown under the basket. Shot up, no good. Going to be fouled. Irvin's going to go to the line, Bill, for 2.
Well, he had the shot. He just drew up, and he probably should have shot the ball where he was at when he was open, but he dribbled into traffic, and, of course, when he goes up, they fouled him.
I think it's going to be important for the Rockets tonight to really play as one unit. Irvin's first shot, no good. To play as a unit tonight against the Vikings, the way the Vikings are playing, they're playing outstanding man-to-man defense here so far here in the first quarter. Irvin's first shot was no good. Got a sub. He's got to stay at the table. Second shot is good. Now we've got a sub. And Justin Jackson comes in for Brennan Tabor. So on the court right now for the Vikings. You have Kane, Sharp, Brown, Allman. Nice move to the basket. Skip pass over at the left wing by number shot. Goes up by number 18. No good. Rebound. Rockets. We have a foul on the play. Kane attempted a three. Was no good. Rebounded by the Rockets, but Vikings committed a foul with 4 minutes exactly to go here in the first quarter. You're listening to Golden Rocket and Viking basketball here tonight on BMG Media. Shared broadcast here this evening. Irvin with the ball out top, guarded by Davidson for the Vikings. Little shake and bake out top once again. Irvin looking for a place. Kicks it back out to Briggs on the right wing. Three-point shot up, bounce around. What about forgiving rims, folks, for sure. Brown with the ball on the right wing. Back out top to Sharp. Sharp back over to Brown. Looks at a three, looking inside. Going to kick it back out to number 5 for the Vikings. Again, that is Sharp. Sharp back out to Davidson.
Well, Bob, I'm surprised at Wellston. I said, well, Wellston has a much more
Three-point goal, Brown.
Has a much more balanced approach so far in this game.
Irvin with the ball, drives to the paint. Great defense by number 2 as Davidson is all over Irvin. What a challenge tonight for that young man. Back out top with Harmon. Skip it back up to Justin Jackson. Back out to Will Briggs. Back out top to Gunnar Harmon. 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Harmon, little shake and bake drive to the rack. Shot up, score. Oh, my.
Gunnar Harmon. Now, folks.
They're going to wipe that one off.
Was it on the ground? I thought he was up in the air.
We always taught, once you drive to the rack, you drive to the paint, and you gather the ball, you pick the ball up, that's part of your shot. But
kudos to Harmon. Took that lane, and again, he saw an opening, and he took it.
Justin Jackson with the ball, drives to the center of the paint, kicks it over to Briggs on the right wing. Shot, score!
3 in a row.
Will Briggs scored 13-9 now. Sharp with the ball for the Vikings. Back over to Brown on the left wing. 3-point goal. He drains it, and it's a 3-point shooting match here tonight. Almost like a game of horse.
Folks, we may think that this is a great offensive game, but maybe someone needs to play some defense.
Harmon guarded out top by Heyer. Bill, we spoke earlier in the JV game is about kids these days have a bad habit of picking up the ball when you have no place to go.
Right.
Gunnar Harmon for the Rockets does an outstanding job
of ball
dribbling
control.
the ball
Absolutely.
control, and not picking his dribble up to where he can be double teamed.
You don't dribble the ball until you have to, and you don't pick it up until you have to.
Josh Jackson to take it out, inbounds to Irvin. Irvin looking at a 3, guarded by Brown. Takes it to the baseline. Those two played ball pretty much together their entire lives. I know the fans didn't like that call, but anytime you make contact with a player of any magnitude like that, they're going to call that foul. So good call by the official in the play. Brown picks up his first foul of the night.
Now have an out-of-bounds play. Let's see what Wellston can do.
Josh Jackson taking the ball out. Vikings doing a great job switching on defense. Irvin with the ball in the wing. Stop and pop. Shot in and out. It goes down.
Banks are open today, folks.
Call your shot, baby. Minute 42 to go in the first quarter. Rockets 15, Vikings 12. Ball to Brown on the right. That's easy for you to say. Right wing. Nice bounce pass inside by the Vikings. Shot up, no good. Rebound back by the Vikings. Number 5 with the ball. Passes to number 11. Inside the paint once again. Pretty good defense by the Rockets inside the paint. Brown with the ball out top, guarded by Harmon. Harmon not happy with the body contact on that exchange, so
looks like he's given as good as he got.
Kind of appeared that way. A minute to go here in the first quarter. What a ball game.
Folks, we've got an aggressive ball game. We've got threes. We've got drive in the lane.
Shot up by number 5. No good. Rebound. Ball's going out of bounds on the Rockets. Number 5 doing some nice work under the basket. Sharp for the Vikings. I'll tell you one thing about every kid out there right now, Bill, both sides of the ball. All those kids, every one of them playing pretty hard right now.
Oh, they're playing great ball, both sides of the...
Steal by Irvin.
Good hands.
Heads up, going down the court, driving to the rack. Going to shoot a floater, score, and bucket good. Again, Bill, Rockets are going to have to convert on many of their trips tonight to be able to stay in this thing. Right now we're up 15 or 17 to 12.
Right.
But again, the Vikings just are so balanced.
And there's no way, there's nowhere to stop along the way because you know Vinton County can pull that score back in a matter of moments. They're going to go for our last shot here at the end of this quarter.
Rockets drop back into a zone defense. Brown in the corner, looks at a 3, passes it up. Guarded by Justin Jackson. Irvin kicked it on the baseline with 9.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And folks, if you have time to get out of here, this is an outright shootout. backyard shootout if you could make it out here this evening.
And you know, Wellston's so close to the county line, we could call this the county line shootout.
9 seconds remaining here in the first. Sharp takes the ball out for the Vikings. Inbounds to Brown, kicks it out top to Schonberg, I believe is the name.
They better get a shot off.
Sharp with the ball. Brown with the shot. No good. So at the end of one, boy, did that one ever go quick. Rockets 17, Vikings 12, and a little bit of a shocker here so far tonight, Bill. Let's recap that first quarter. What I'm saying so far out of the Vikings is I can see why they're 8-1. Their defense is outstanding.
Vinton County, Wellston has had to work for every point they have. Approximately maybe 12 of those 17 points have been three-pointers.
So let's look at it this way. The Vikings are playing outstanding man-to-man defense. Old-fashioned, get up in your chest, man-to-man defense, which is what we've all been taught and what you like to see.
Hustle all the way. And
the Rockets have just been able to convert on many trips down the floor, and thank goodness they've been able to convert on some of those, because if not, I understand totally how the Vikings are 8-1 right now.
And the refs are letting them play, and it's getting pretty aggressive, folks. So if you're out there, if you're watching at home, I'm glad you're watching on BMG Media. But if you could get out here, boy, the atmosphere is electric.
And we apologize. We don't know all the Viking players offhand. So we were just going to do our best to get through the lineup as well as we can. Again, back out there for the Rockets, you have Briggs, Justin Jackson, Josh Jackson, Gunnar Harmon, and Irvin. Brown with the ball on the right wing for the Vikings. Looks, gives it over to 13 as he drives the baseline, and that's Brady Kane. Back out top to Garrett Brown. Rockets drop back in the 2-3 zone defense. Kicks it over to the left wing to number 5, and that would be Sharp. Sharp guarded hard by Harmon. Back out top to Garrett Brown for the Vikings. 7:30 to go here. Brown with a 3. Drains it.
Well, the one thing I'll tell you right now that Wellston did well there is they forced Vinton County to stay outside. The bad news is Vinton County has some fellas out there that can put it in from the 3-point line.
The bad news is they forced Vinton County to stay outside and shoot it and make it. That's the bad news. Going to count that goal. And looks like Kyan Irvin's going to the line to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. 7:14 to go here in the second quarter. Allman back in the game for the Vikings. Again, a very, very balanced Vinton County Viking basketball team. Play outstanding defense, what we've seen here so far in the first half. The Rockets are going to have to continue to convert. Irvin's second free throw, not able to convert the old-fashioned 3. Kick it out ahead to number 13, and that is Brady Kane. Back out top to number 2 to Davidson. Davidson with the ball out top. Brown looks at a 3, passes it up. Going to have a high screen. Kicks it over to number 11 on the right side. And that is Schonberg. Going to call a foul on the play with 6:50 to go here in the second quarter. Rockets on top, 19-15 your score. You are listening to Golden Rocket and Viking basketball here on BMG Media this evening. Number 11 with the ball out top, that's Schonberg. Brown with the ball on the right wing. Back out top to number 2, Davidson. Inside to Allman. Allman with the power dribble to the paint. Shot no good. Great defense by Will Briggs. Harmon comes away with it for the Rockets. 6:30 to go in the half.
Well, that's what you want to see on offense when you're in a 2-3 zone.
Gunnar Harmon showing some of his athletic skills. He's going to pop another 3. Feeling it. Drained it.
The gunslinger.
Gunnar Harmon showed up to play tonight. 22-15. Rockets on top. Davidson with the ball. Back over to Garrett Brown on the right wing. High screen set by the Vikings. Brown with the ball out top. Kicks it over. 3-point shot is in the air. And again, we're in a game of horse. Who's going to shoot the most threes and make them tonight? 5:50 to go in the half. 22-18 your score. Irvin with the ball. Almost a steal by Brown. Irvin going to stop and pop. Nope, kicks it back out. That is not a travel, folks.
All right, now, folks, Wellston's going to go into a 2-3 zone. If you'll watch, the last time down, Vinton County did hit their high post man, which kind of broke things up and let them score on the outside.
5:40 to go in the half. Rockets on top, 22-18. Sharp with the ball out top. Passes over to Davidson. Davidson down to Kane. Kane shot up. 3-point goal. We're right back at it. 1-point game here.
We're trading threes,
That's what we're
folks.
doing. If either one of these teams cool off tonight, we're going to have to douse some water on the nets before this thing's over. Briggs with a three. No good. Rebound. Number 13, Brady Kane.
There's an old saying, or maybe it's not. I'm going to make it. If you live by the three, you die by the three.
Brown's three, no good for the Vikings. Number 5 with the shot in the paint, no good. With the rebound, Allman with the foul. Again, these two teams just going at it, folks. We are already in the bonus. I won't say already, but this game has gone so fast so far that the Rockets are now in the bonus. Again, a very balanced ball club. Rockets have shot lights out here so far in the first half. They will need to continue to do that in this ball game tonight. Irvin's first shot. It is good. Irvin with 7 so far. Correction, make that 8 on the night. Will Briggs with 9. Gunnar Harmon with 6. Irvin's second shot at the line. Shot in the air. It is good. 4:52 to go in the half. Rockets on top. 24-21 over the Vikings, but what a very interesting matchup, these two teams tonight.
Yeah,
Sharp with the ball.
This game so far has been a total surprise. Looking at the scores or the records of each team.
Steal by Harmon. Takes it to the rack. Shot, score. Gunnar Harmon having the game of his life tonight,
Yeah,
folks,
running down the court with a smile on his face.
Honestly, having the game of his career. Vikings with the ball. Takes it to the paint. Spin move to the paint. Allman dish pass underneath the basket. Steal Irvin. Irvin out top, crossover, body check. Going to call that foul about every time. Brady Kane with the foul.
Now, folks, typically you have a lead scorer on each team, and you just expect that person to bring in the points. But occasionally you'll get someone that's hot, like tonight, Gunnar Harmon, and you got to go with the flow when he's hitting, when you're hot.
Bill, let's just be honest. I mean, everybody's got to be a little bit of surprise as how the Rockets have converted just about on every trip tonight so far.
And they need that. And they've got to have it tonight.
Sharp with the ball out top for the Vikings. And I love the patience by the Vikings. I love the offense that Coach Kite is working with the Vikings. They're working the paint very well. Rockets going to set back in the 2-3 zone defense. And Sharp's going to do his thing out top. Passes it over to number 13 for the three. No good. Rebound. Will Briggs kicks it out to Gunnar Harmon. Rockets need to show some patience right now to hold on to this lead and run an offense.
Use that clock a little bit.
Run the offense. Burn some clock a little bit here. And one time Harmon picked up his dribble that nice steal by the Vikings on the play. Number 5 with it. That's Sharp. One thing about the Vikings, Bill, that you really cannot go without mentioning is that with Coach Combs, good call by the official, Coach Combs has developed such a dynasty at Vinton County. I mean, it's almost like they just reload every year.
Well,
and that's what they've done with these kids tonight.
And that's what happens when you have a program that everybody wants to be involved in. It just naturally rotates over and over and over and perpetuates itself.
Number 22 at the line. First shot, no good. That is Hembry at the line for the Vikings. 2:57 to go here in the half. 26-21 is your score. We're going to get a timeout on the court. 30-second timeout. Taken by the Rockets, I believe. So with that, we have a 30-second timeout. Again, Bill, let's talk real quick about a little bit of what's going on in this game so far. Again, the Rockets may be a little bit, or not the Rockets, but the Vikings may be a little bit, I won't use the word shell shock because I don't think you can shell shock those kids, but maybe a little bit surprised of the accuracy of the Rockets here so far in the first half.
Well, we've seen both teams come out, and they're both playing hard. Nobody's laying down. Nobody has given up yet. Nobody has eased off. I see Vinton County maybe taking their time, but that's only because they're confident in what they know what they're doing out there with their offense.
Number 22 to the line for the Vikings. And that's Hembry. 26-21 your score. Rockets on top here with 2:57 to go in the half. Hembry shot on the way. No good. Rebound, Taburn for the Rockets. Kicks it over to Irvin. That's going to be interesting. Looks like we're going to have a Brown-Irvin matchup out top. Going to skip past it to Martin at the foul line. Back out to Irvin, guarded by number 3, Higher. Kevin Schwartzel with the call on the side. Going to give it right back to the Rockets. Jackson takes it out of bounds. Back out top to Jackson. Back out top to Irvin. Irvin looks at a three. It's in the air. Folks, the Rockets are on fire here the first half with another three.
I think that ball came down wet. It got up into the atmosphere.
It drew some rain clouds. 2:22 to go in the half. Brown with the ball on the right, left wing. Back out to number 3, Higher. Back over to number 11, Schonborn. In the air, no good. Rebound. Vikings back out with it. Back out to Brown. 2:05 to go in the half. Brown, a little shake and bake for the Vikings. Takes it to the rack. Shot in the air. Score.
Cut through the defense to get a little bank shot.
29-23, Rockets on top. Vikings with a three-quarter trap press. Irvin with the ball. Back to Taburn. Back out top to Harmon. Rockets need to run an offense. You got a nice lead with a minute and a half to go. Irvin to the rack. Shot. No good. Been a good opportunity for the Rockets. Pulled out, run some clock there. Number 5 to the rack. No good. Rebound. Harmon. We have a foul on the call. We're going to call a charge on the call. Charge is the call. And that's going to put number 5 to the sideline, and that's Sharp for the Vikings. That's going to be his second foul. Coach Kite taking him out probably for the rest of the half. He doesn't want to pick up his third foul. Again, the Vikings in a three-quarter zone trap. Harmon with the ball. Just needs to skip pass it ahead. He does to Irvin. Oh, wow. Now everything is a little helter-skelter. Rockets need to run some offense, really go for one shot right here. Let's see if we do. Irvin guarded by Davidson out top.
I like how
Rockets with a 6-point lead. They need not be in a rush. Irvin to the rack, shot, and score.
I like how Harmon kind of set things back up there at the top of the key for Wellston. Slowed things down a little bit.
Rockets up by 8 over the Vikings here in the first half. Brown with the ball, kicks it over to number 11, Schonborn. Inside to number 2, back out to Brown. Inside to, what great ball movement by the Vikings.
Good pass inside.
Outstanding
inside
ball movement.
passing. Right in the lane.
Schonborn with the score. They're going to stay in that three-quarter zone trap defense. Pass ahead to Taburn. Taburn ahead to Jackson. Jackson back out top. Rockets don't need to be in any rush here. Go for one shot. Going to give him a 5-second count. Irvin with the ball out top. 12 seconds, 11 seconds. Irvin step back, 3. No good. That's a foul that you really hate to have a player pick up late in a quarter with 2 seconds left to go, 80 feet from the basket, and you pick up a foul. we have to be smarter than that. 2 seconds to go. 31-25 to go in the ball game, or the first half, rather. I'm sorry. Kane with the ball. Going to shoot a half-court shot. So at the end of one, it's the Rockets 31 and the Vinton County Vikings 25. Bill, just recap real quick before we take a break here. We spoke about the scoring consistency of the Rockets here in the first half and the tenacious defense by the Vikings the first half.
I tell you what, this has been so far half a game. This is an excellent game to watch. You see three-pointers. You see folks driving the lane. You see steals. You see blocks. You see boys roughing it up a little bit, and the refs are letting them play.
Right now, I guess one of the big offensive supporters so far again tonight here in the first half for the Rockets has got to be number 35, Gunnar Harmon, along with Will Briggs here in the first half.
Well, I tell you what, Wellston is in the game because you have other people other than Irvin that are scoring, and that's a good thing because earlier I said, a lot of times your team strategy is built around one scoring person and everybody else just kind of contributes. Well, they're getting big contributions from Harmon and others on the team.
On the other side of the ball, I mean, folks, this thing is far from over, okay? But on the other side of the ball, you have Garrett Brown, number 20 for the Vikings, who's an outstanding player. He can score from anywhere on the floor. Rockets obviously have to be aware of where he's at. And we can also see the offense that the Vikings run when the Rockets drop back into a zone defense. The Vikings they don't get shaken by that pressure or don't feel the urgency to try to do something that they shouldn't. We noticed that in the
when you
first half.
have 2 or 3 guys that can hit a three, that can bring you back up real quick. But other than that, when Wellston was in their 2-3 zone, you had Vinton County working the ball into the high post a couple times and ended up getting some layups and ended up getting some inside passing for 2 points.
Folks, 8 minutes here remaining in halftime at Wellston High School, Coach Jim Darrow Court. We're going to take a break here for just a moment. It's the Rockets 31 and the Vikings 25. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Welcome back here, sports fans, to Wellston High School. Coach Jim Darrow Court. Bill Norris bringing you your action here tonight. It's the Wellston Golden Rockets hosting the Vinton County Vikings. And the Golden Rockets up on the Vikings here at half. 31-25 your score. And Bill, as we were talking about here before we went off the air here earlier, the Rockets are going to have to continue to do what they done the first half and convert each trip down the floor.
There is no place to set back on your heels. No way. You've got to keep bringing every play, on defense. When you go back, you've got to have the steals, you've got to have the rebounds, you've got to do it.
So for the Rockets, the first half, scoring for the Rockets, Kyan Irvin leads the way once again for the Rockets here this evening with 14. Gunnar Harmon with 8. And I believe Will Briggs has 9, if I'm not mistaken. I may be a little bit off on that, but I think we're close. For the Vikings, number 11 has 2. Garrett Brown has 11. So that puts them, a couple other players have some scores that's not on the board right now, but what a matchup. We always knew coming in tonight, again, Garrett Brown's going to be the threat for the Vikings. The Rockets going to really have to pay close attention to him the second half because, again, anticipate the Vikings to come out and continue to play really solid man-to-man defense like they have in the first half. So it's going to be an exciting half to watch, Bill, here the second half.
Yeah, I don't look for Vinton County to get excited, try to do something strange or different. They're going to come out. They've made adjustments, and we'll see what happens here. Wellston takes the ball out.
All right.
Harmon's got it. Back to Irvin.
Here we go, folks. We're underway. Irvin with the ball on the right wing. Crossover dribble. Gets around Allman. Will Briggs gets it back. Back in Irvin's hands now. Guarded by number 5 again. That's Sharp. Irvin. Going to be a foul, looks like, on the Vikings, number 34, Allman. So a 7:42 to go here in the third quarter. Rockets 31, Vikings 25. Josh Jackson taking the ball out of bounds for the Rockets. Having a little trouble getting it in. Gets it into Irvin out top. 7:40 to go in the third. Irvin crossover dribble. Looks at a 3 way downtown. No good. Rebound Vikings, and that's something that we need to pay attention to. Rockets are going to have to stay hot against this Viking team. Sharp with the ball out top. Over to Davidson. Inside to Allman. Steal by Briggs. Ahead to Irvin.
Yeah, good call there.
It really was a good call. Good off-ball call by the official. As Allman with a little extra body contact, we'll call it that way. And that's going to be Allman's, try to get the number for you, fouls. I think it's going to be his third foul.
Yeah, he'll have to sit down a little bit now. And then maybe not be quite aggressive when he comes back in.
That could be a big role here in this ball game with Allman on the bench for the Vikings. Harmon with the ball out top. No, it's not double dribble. Not double dribble, folks. Harmon shake and bake. Drive to the rack. Shot up, no good. Good-looking shot, couldn't go.
He saw the play, and he saw the lane open, and he took it. Vinton County
dishes out to number 2 for the 3. Nails it. Davidson for 3. Brings it back to a 3-point ball game. 6:41. Remember this time frame right here, folks. Vikings again sticking in that tough man-to-man defense. Harmon guarded close by Sharp out top. Irvin guarded by Davidson. Harmon looks at a 3. Little shake and bake. Takes it to the rack. Guarded by Brown. Nothing happening there. What a pass to Briggs underneath. Stolen by the Vikings.
Really was a good pass.
Sharp back to number 13 for the 3. No good. Harmon with the rebound.
Gunner looks like he's going to go.
Loses it to the rack. Rebound, Vikings kicks it off to Brown on the right side. Not sure this is the game that the Rockets want to get into with the Vikings in a running game. Pass under the basket, shot, no good. Foul's going to be on Irvin, and that's going to send Higher to the line for the Vikings. 5:53 to go here in the third quarter, down to a 3-point ball game. Rockets are going to burn a timeout right here, Bill. Let's talk about this real quick. First half, Rockets were on fire. So far here in the second half, a little bit different story.
Starting out a little slow and seemed like maybe a little out of control also. A good time for Vinton County to come in and swoop in and pick up a few points.
Not sure that that's the game that the Rockets would want to get into with the Vikings. Actually, in a running up and down the court, fast-paced ball game, the Vikings are, let's say, a little more balanced in that area. If they want to get into a running match, I think the Vikings may win that edge. So the Rockets really need to just pull it back out top, get some good looks like they did the first half and nail some shots. But the Vikings coming out again, you can just tell the tenacity of the Viking team. They are not backing down 1 minute. Defensively, their outstanding man-to-man defense is one of the best man-to-man defenses, quite honestly, that I've seen in years. Officiating basketball and calling games on the air, these guys, again, have done an outstanding job. 5:53 to go here in the third. Rockets on top by 3, 31-28. But, Bill, you can feel a little bit of a momentum switch here.
Yeah, you can. The momentum has switched just a little bit, and so Wellston needs to put that on a lockdown and gain control, as they did in the first half with their offense, and not getting too I'm not going to say aggressive, but taking what Vinton County gives them.
Ayers' first shot was good. Cuts it to a 2-point game. Second shot, no good. Brown fighting for it, comes away with it. Shot up in the air, nothing. Back up, nothing. Rebound, Rockets somehow come away with it.
Came out of that with no points.
Came out unscathed. 5:35 to go in the third. 31-29, your score, 2-point game. Vikings sticking with that man-to-man defense. Josh Jackson guarded by Brown on the left side. Taborn going to set a high screen. Will Briggs arch pass to him. Shot up. Rolls around. He has got a really
Briggs
soft
has got
shot.
a nice, soft shot. He just turned around, and it was almost like he did an 8-foot layup from the outside.
Bill, the Rockets have not trailed in this game so far tonight, which many people, I'm sure, are surprised. Brown with the ball inside. Kicks it back out to number 13, Kane. Kane still with the ball, guarded by Harmon out top. Back out top to Sharp. To the wing. Gets away with it. Nope, they're going to call a travel. That's a good call by the official on that play.
Now, tell us about that little shuffle thing he did with his feet.
Yeah, you cannot move your feet, or you move both feet at one time, or that's an automatic travel, and that's what happened on that play. You can move one foot, but you have to keep your foot set. Did not happen on that play. Irvin with the ball out top. Going to drive to the paint, puts the ball on his hip. Irvin
for the layup.
2. 35-29 your score. Sharp with the ball. Rockets on top. Pass inside to Brown. What a beautiful pass by Brown under the basket. Score for the Vikings.
Looks like they've practiced that a little bit.
Higher with the put in for the Vikings. Back to a 4-point game. Irvin, crossover dribble. Pass out to Harmon. Harmon going to give it up to Briggs. Briggs to Irvin out top. Vikings staying in that man-to-man defense. Going to pass it to Briggs under the basket. Briggs takes it to the rack. Shot no good, gets fouled.
Exactly what he should have done. He had about a 6 or 8 foot 1 or 2 bounce into the basket, and he took it in there to shoot.
Will Briggs to the line to shoot 2 for the Rockets with 3:57 to go here in the third. First shot on its way. No good. Coach Kite on the sidelines screaming, box out, box out. Second shot. Kiss off the front of the rim.
Now, one of my biggest fears is that Vinton County will stay close enough to that last minute or two of the game and then just pull ahead right at the end.
That's what good teams do. Shot for 3, no good. Rebound, Irvin.
And Wellston needs to make a push here to try to do something a little bit different so that they can pull ahead.
Irvin under the basket, shot, score! 38-31. 3:28 to go in the third. Rockets sitting back in the 2-3 zone defense. Rockets are playing, Bill, with a different type of intensity tonight that we've seen all year.
Absolutely. And I think it might be that Wellston-Vinton County rivalry that's bringing it out.
Amazing ball movement by the Vikings on that transition. We have a timeout on the court. Let's talk about that excellent ball movement by the Vikings. They skipped past the ball 3 times, got it to the open shooter, and that open shooter was Brady Kane, and he drained a 3 for the Vikings, bringing this thing back to a 4-point ball game.
You can always pass faster around the court than you can dribble around the court.
Absolutely. .306 to go in the third. Rockets on top, 38-34, which I think everybody's a little bit shocked so far here tonight.
If folks are seeing this on their phone around central or southern Ohio, they're going to look at that score and say, what's going on? And, of course,
I know a lot of schools around the league.
If they tune in to Facebook, they can find out. BMG Media putting this game on tonight, folks.
So what a balanced scoring attack for the Rockets again tonight. Of course, Kyan Irvin leading all scorers right now with 18. Number 13 for the Vikings, Kane has 15 points. And number 20, Garrett Brown, has 11 points. So they have some balanced scoring right now. And Will Briggs, 42, has 12 on the night. Irvin with the ball on the inbounds.
Vinton County putting some pressure on you and then backing up once you get it in.
Guarded by Garrett Brown. Gunnar Harmon looks at a 3. He's going to pop it. Shot, no good. I don't think he felt good with that shot. Little funny release on the play. Shot by the Vikings up, no good. Rebound Irvin.
All right, going
1 on 2. Let's see what happens here.
He's going to take it.
Crossover, takes it to the rack. Shot, no good. Would have been a good one to pull it back out on that one. 2:40 to go in the third. Rockets on top by 4, 38-34. Skip pass to number 2 in the corner. Shot 3-point. No good. Rebound Tabor. Ahead to Irvin on the left wing. Numbers again. Irvin taking it to the rack. Shot blocked. What an amazing block by the Vikings. Number 13 on that play.
Now,
Brady
that's
Kane.
2 no points and 2 trips down that we didn't get any points.
Got to convert.
From 2 different layups. All he had to do is pull it back out and set things up.
Shot from the corner. No good. Rebound. Tipped out of bounds by the Viking is the call by the official. 2:08 to go in the third. Rockets hanging on. 38-31 is the Rocket lead over the Vikings. Backyard brawl right here at Wellston High School. Coach Jim Darrow Court. We have a little delay in the game here with some body.
You said when you talked about backyard brawl, we're literally about 500 yards from the Vinton County line. I was thinking this evening, why didn't they just build the high school right next to the railroad tracks down here at the
Could have been.
I wonder what kind of rivalry that would have brought about.
2:08 to go in the third. Rockets on top by 4, 38-34. What an outstanding ball game so far here tonight. Ball inbounds to Irvin with 2:07. Irvin going to walk it up, guarded by Garrett Brown by the Vikings. Harmon going to set a high ball screen, going to pass it over to Harmon on the left wing. Vikings staying in the man-to-man defense, which has worked for them pretty much all night. Harmon gives up his dribble. Irvin under heavy pressure, kicks it back out to Briggs. Briggs gets away with a travel. Briggs with the ball, guarded by Brown. Back out top to Harmon.
I think they're going for the last shot, aren't they?
Need to relax. 1:30 to go in the third. Rockets up 38-34.
It doesn't look like they're trying to penetrate too much into the inside, almost like they're wanting the last shot.
Irvin guarded by number 22, and that is Hembry. Irvin trying to back him down. Shot, no good. Yep, foul on Tabor for the Rockets.
You know, when the officials don't call something right away, the boys get to thinking, well, okay, I can get a little bit more aggressive. and then they take that next step and get
Well, what
called.
they try to do is let players play through certain situations, which is what the official done on that play, an experienced official done on that play, tried to let them play through the mess, and it ended up being a mess. Ball goes to number 11, Schonborn on the corner, right wing, inside to number 3, Tahir. Brown with it under the basket, shot up, no good, no call. Rebound, Taburn. Harmon comes away with it.
All right, he's setting it up. He
Pushes the ball.
He didn't see anything open down underneath.
Pulls it back out over to Josh Jackson on the left wing. Guarded by Schonborn. Harmon with the ball back out top. 40 seconds to go in the third. Rockets up by 4. Skip pass into Will Briggs on the basket, trying to back his man down, and does. Rockets are going to maintain possession with 32 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Do we go for one shot, or do we just...
Yeah, you got to pull it out and go for one shot. You're up by 4. Burn a little clock. Inside to Briggs under the basket. Will tucks it on his hip, puts it in, and gets a foul. Draws the foul by number 11, Schonborn for the Vikings.
I don't think that went in.
No, it did not go in.
Yeah, when you said it went in, I thought, I didn't see it go through the hoop.
My bad. my reading glasses are playing tricks on me.
But he got that foul shot.
Will Briggs, first shot.
I'm sitting
Goes
here
down.
thinking.
My bifocals just ain't working right
I'm sitting here
tonight.
thinking that, I didn't see that go through the hoop.
My bifocal contacts and my bifocal glasses at the same time tonight are playing tricks on me. Briggs' second shot, no good.
And if he would have followed that shot, he would have had a layup.
Brown with the ball out top for the Vikings. 24 seconds to go. Rockets staying in a spread 3-2. Now back into a 1-2-2 zone defense. 14 seconds. Brown on the wing. Skip pass back out top to trying to get it to number 13. 3 in the corner. No good. Rebound Rockets.
There. 3 seconds.
3-point shot by Irvin from three-quarter court. No good. So at the end of 3, Bill, Rockets 39, Vikings 34. And folks,
we got us a barn burner. We got us a barn burner.
The surprises tonight that we're seeing so far in this game, as we've talked about all the first half, are 2 things. Number 1, the consistency of the Rockets able to finish scoring, but then the tenacious defense by the Vikings, man-to-man defense. Again, they've played outstanding defense. The Rockets have just been able to convert on several trips down the floor that they haven't done all year.
What I'm seeing is other people scoring besides Irvin. Don't get me wrong, he's got 18 points. This is great, and we hope he hits that 30-point by the end of the game. However, you've got to have other folks that are scoring to support you when you get cold. And push it on over past what your opponents are doing. And right now that's happening.
So, Bill, you're going to find out right now, again, this Viking program, what a program they've had in place for how many ever years Coach Combs was there, 20, 21 years, or however long it was. And now with N.J. Kite, that's been on his staff for many, 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 many years, picked up right where Coach Combs left off. You're going to see what kind of team this Viking team is right here in this fourth quarter. I anticipate them to continue to play defense the way they've played. They move the ball excellent on offense. They get some really nice passes inside. We get in fourth quarter action underway here right now.
We want to keep an eye on Vinton County's number 34. He's got three fouls.
That's Allman under the basket. Tries to back his way down.
And they call travel. So that with those 3 fouls, and they've had to pull him out of the game, he is literally has been pulled out of what he likes to do. And we'll see how that turns out throughout the game.
Allman called for the travel. So you can hear the Vikings fans not happy about that. Didn't really see the play to be able to make a judgment on it either way. So Taburn with the ball back out top to Harmon. 7:30 to go in this one. Rockets up by 5.
Vinton County still in that man-to-man.
Harmon holding the ball, going to skip it inside. Batted away by Allman. Harmon gets it back inside to Briggs. Briggs going to kick it back out to Harmon. Again, the Rockets playing with a totally different type of intensity in this game tonight. This is something that we've not seen all year.
There he goes. He's going down the lane.
And that's a mismatch right there that we've seen. Briggs with the shot, no good.
Harmon should have kept
away
that.
with it. Brown for the score.
With the layup.
3-point game.
I would have liked to seen Harmon go ahead and finish that off rather than try to get the assist, because he was set up for a layup.
6:40 to go in this one. Rockets up by 3, 39-36. Irvin guarded by Brown. Irvin taking it to the center of the paint, looking to score. Shuffles his feet, throws one in the air, no good. Rebounds Josh Jackson. Back out top to Harmon. Rockets coming away with some loose balls tonight. 6:20 to go. Irvin closely guarded by Brown. Irvin taking it to the paint. Shot. Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know the fans didn't like the call, but that was the correct call on that play. This game is getting physical. It's getting intense. Rockets playing with an intensity that we haven't seen all year. Vikings,
and they don't seem to mind doing that and getting physical.
We'll see the next 6 minutes what type of team this Viking team is made out of. I mean, they are getting after it defensively.
Now,
offensively, they haven't been able to get some shots.
From here on out, we're going to have every foul shot.
Irvin's first shot is good. Make it back to a 4-point game.
You've got to have the rebounds. You've got to have the second shots. And you got to get the defensive rebounds to get the ball back up the court.
6 minutes to go in this one. Irvin's at the line to shoot his second shot. It's on the way. Nails it. Goes back to a 5-point game. 5 points is nothing in a basketball game, folks.
Now, maybe what's the difference between these scores right now is Vinton County, I think, maybe only have one three-pointer this half.
Rockets dropping back into 2-3 zone defense. Looking inside. Looking inside. Number 5 with the ball out top. That's Sharp. Going to drive to the center of the paint. Drive to the rack. Going to put a shot up and score.
That's right down the lane. Right down the lane, and he dumps it off for a layup.
Yep. Great play by the Vikings on that one. Higher with the score. Little give and go under the basket. Great looking play. Irvin with the runner. Shot. No good. Rebound. Auburn for the Vikings.
Okay, they're going to do this run and gun, and Wellston didn't do well at this last time.
Again, you don't want to get in a run and gun with the Vikings with this group that they have on the floor. Sharp with the ball. Guarded by Josh Jackson. Brings it back out top. Brown at the top of the key setting a screen. Sharp drives the paint. Shot, score! Here come the Vikings. Back to a 1-point game. And Bill, this is what we spoke about
earlier about letting Vinton County hang on. Early in the third quarter or late in the third quarter, I was thinking Wellston needs to make some kind of change, a push to kind of pull even further ahead, because you know Vinton County's going to come back.
You cannot get into a running game with the Vikings. You just can't. They have too many talented kids that can handle the ball in transition up and down the floor.
And you cannot count out, Wellston can't count on their crowd, because Vinton County's got just as many people here as Wellston does, because they're so close to each other.
We see perfectly why the Vikings are 8-1. Very solid basketball team. Defensively, offensively, they run a very structured offense. Rockets, on the other hand, tonight have been able to execute, have been able to score when they've needed to, and convert each trip down the floor. It's going to be important to see what happens here in the next 5 minutes of this ball game. Rockets up top 41-40. What kind of team the Rockets are made of here. Irvin on top leading all scorers here this evening with 20. But the Rockets are going to come out, the Vikings are going to come out in a 3-quarter zone, 1-2-2 zone press defense.
Now, the thing with these presses is you cannot get in a big hurry, because you'll end up making a bad, long pass.
You have to fill a gap. Right now, the Rockets aren't doing that. You have to fill the empty spot. They get it across half court, kick the ball out top to Irvin. Again, no reason for the Rockets to get excited. Harmon with the ball out top, guarded by Hire.
All right, they're clearing out. They're clearing out for him. Put a move on.
You got to match up, a terrific matchup on the low post. Waiting for Irvin to break across. Will Briggs gets away, I believe, with what was a travel.
Yeah, moved both, like you said, moved both feet at the same time.
Briggs going to go to the line to shoot 2. Number 5 on the foul for the Vikings. That is Sharp. That puts the Vikings with 6 fouls on the board.
That's 4 fouls on him.
To the Rockets 2.
So
4:29.
With 4.5 minutes, you might as well leave him in there.
You might take him out for a couple trips. Briggs' first shot, so crucial in a game like this. You have to be able to convert at the foul line. So critical.
I always hated going through all that mess of driving inside and getting fouled by 2 guys, and then you can't even come up with the foul shot. You got to have it.
4:29 to go in this one. Rockets on top by 1, 41-40. Briggs' second shot, no good. Rebound, Garrett Brown for the Vikings. Vikings yet to score or yet to lead here in this game tonight.
So they're going to, I bet they settle in now instead of trying to.
Very patient. Sharp kicks it out to number 13, looks at it, passes it up. Kane does. Drives to the center paint, looks to Garrett Brown on the right wing.
Yeah. They're being patient right now.
Brown back out to number 13 for the 3. No good. Rebound Rockets. 3:55 to go. Rockets lead by 1. Irvin guarded by Brown out top. 2 kids have played ball their entire lives together. Great switch, man-to-man defense by the Vikings out top. Irvin takes the ball to the rack, shot, layup, score.
Good move by Irvin. He saw a lane, he crossed over with the dribble, right in for the layup.
Sharp with the ball out top for the Vikings. Inside to Brown at the foul line. Garrett drives the paint, shot up, and he scores. Brown with 15 on the night, and we have a timeout. Again, Bill, let's look as maybe way a coach is thinking about now in the huddle. The Rockets have 2 timeouts. The Vikings have 4 timeouts, which can be a very critical thing coming right down to the wire in this ball game. 3:18 to go in this one, folks. Rockets up by 1. Rockets have not trailed on the night, but this thing's going to get really. It's going to stay really interesting here in the last 3 minutes.
It's going to be either, I think it's going to be tight, 1 and 2 point all the way down till the last second shot.
Vikings are an experienced team, Bill.
But at this point, can't even imagine who would who gets that last point shot.
The pressure doesn't seem to have phased the Vikings to this point. Let's be honest. The Rockets are in uncharted territory tonight.
I'll tell you what,
I'll
give it to the Rockets. They are playing composed basketball.
Vikings come out.
They're not doing a run and gun.
Get it across, get it out of the corner. He does. Irvin with the ball out top, or on the right wing, rather. He's going to bring it outside. Good. Didn't pick up his dribble. He kept his dribble. 3 minutes to go. Rockets by 1, 43-42. Guarded by number 3 is Hire on Irvin out top. Rockets going to try to run some clock here and run this thing all the way down and see what happens. Now we're going to go try to trap him out top. Skip pass to Jackson. Going to shoot the layup to the basket.
Called a travel. Is that because he had carried it on his hip?
If the ball made contact and he trapped it on his hip, yes. Again, Vikings looking to take their first lead of the night on this trip with 2:45 to go in the ball game.
Now look for them to set up and take a good shot because they've got the manpower. They're running plays inside.
Number 2 with the 3. No good. Rebound Rockets.
Okay, here we see the last, 3 times, couple times down. Vinton County hasn't been able to convert, and Wellston's got the rebounds.
Irvin all the way to the basket on Brown. No good. Irvin comes away with it again. Shot, score!
Gets his own rebound. All right, Vinton
2:10
County.
to go.
Vinton County, although you have to take your time, you're going to have to put a little pressure.
Vikings with a 3.
And he hits it. We got a tie ball game, folks.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, as my buddy Lou from OU would say. Tie ball game. Irvin. Stop and pop. Score. Rockets back on top by 2. Minute 30 to go. Kane with the ball. 3-point goal, and the Vikings with the first lead of the night.
He was out in NBA land on that one, folks.
What a big shot by the Vikings.
All right, Wellston doesn't need to get excited. They just need a basket.
Irvin for a 3.
And it
Oh,
goes!
my word. The kiss. 3-point goal, Vikings. No good. Rebound, Rockets. Rockets on top by 2. Folks, this game is still far from over. Anything can happen with 57 seconds remaining in the ballgame. I'm not sure why the Vikings pulled a trigger that quick on a 3 the last trip.
Right. When it was a tie ball game and they walked down, all they had to do, they could have held on to the ball and went for a last-second shot and got their 2 points.
Irvin looking to put the Rockets on
because
top.
Their inside game has been working. If they get the ball into the high post, they'll just do a little dipping and diving.
Irvin's first shot, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. Going to the Vikings. 56 seconds remaining. And we have a timeout on the court, it appears to be, or a sub. Timeout by the Rockets. The Rockets are going to take them all the way down to 1 timeout with 56 seconds to go. Vikings still have 3 timeouts on the clock. So right now, as a coach, what the coaches are talking about, Vikings are going to have the ball full length of the court. Let's see if the Rockets come out with a different defense, Bill. Last several trips, most of the third, fourth quarter, Rockets have been playing a 2-3 zone defense. Let's see if Coach Foudy comes out and goes with a different type of defense to throw the Vikings off just a little bit. Let's see how patient that the Vikings are going to be on the offensive end. 2 points is nothing, okay? Let's see how patient they're going to run their offense.
The main thing to remember is to not get excited. Run your play. Use your time management. Get the ball where it needs to go. Get in an open spot.
2-point ball game. Rockets on top, 50-48 with 56 seconds remaining. Vikings with the ball, looking to tie this thing up or take the lead.
I look for Vinton County to go full court pressure or something
Rockets
like that.
will come out in a man-to-man defense, showing a different look on this transition out on the floor. Foul on the call. Going to put the Vikings to the line. The Rockets still have 4 more fouls to give. Ball should be on the side, fellas. Ball should be on the side, fellas. Foul. Anytime a foul happens above the foul line, ball always goes to the side of the court. Vikings with the ball out of bounds. Inbounds. It's going to be tapped. They save it. 41 seconds to go. Sharp with the ball out top. Rockets staying in a man-to-man defense. 35 seconds. Rockets on top by 2.
Vinton County's got something specific lined up here.
Brown and Irvin against each other. Oh,
travel,
my,
they called the travel. 26 seconds, folks. Wellston's up by 2 points.
All I'm going to say about that is, wow.
Wellston has to get the ball in. Do not get so excited. Make your pick, make your play, run it efficiently, get the ball in. They're going to foul you.
Again, what the Rockets, we talked about, Bill, the Rockets, 26 seconds to go in this ball game. Coach Foudy, no doubt in the huddle, is saying, let's not be too quick to shoot this thing. Let's run it down to about 6 or 7 seconds and take the last shot. Give us an opportunity to get a rebound. At that point,
so what's Vinton County's coach talking
Vinton County's coach is coming out and saying, boys, we got to foul immediately. As soon as that ball comes inbounds, and even as an official, I'm telling myself, as soon as that ball comes inbounds, they're going to foul immediately. Okay, so that's going to put the Rockets on the line. And we're going to watch what happens as this clock runs down. What happens here is this clock runs down. 26 seconds left to go in the ball game.
We've got our shooters in here.
Inbounds to Irvin, and they foul him immediately. He didn't call it. Again, as soon as this ball is inbounds, the Vikings have to foul. I would foul to put the Rockets on the line. But you got to foul the right person. Obviously isolating Irvin.
Get it in.
The ball do get it into Irvin. Get it to Jackson, to Harmon. Vikings have got to foul immediately. Probably 10 seconds, I'm going to guess, folks, ran off. I may have fouled quicker if I'm the Vikings. That's just my personal opinion.
All right, we're getting a rebounder to come in.
16 seconds to go. Harmon is going to the line. He will shoot the one-on-one. Irvin Rockets should have a player at half court or even all the way back to stop the fast break if the Vikings get a fast break. Harmon's first shot. He drains it.
The gunslinger at the line.
Rockets up by 3. 16 seconds to go.
That's his first point of the half.
If I'm Coach Kite, may burn a time to do it now. Harmon's second shot on the way. No good. Allman away with it. Brown with it. Kicks it ahead to number 2. Oh,
I thought he's traveled. He made it.
3-point goal! Tie ball game! Tie ball game!
And that's why you have a man back, because that's the only way they're going to make it in the game is to shoot a 3.
Davidson for the Vikings with ice water in his veins. Drains the 3 from the left wing to tie this thing up with 3.9 seconds to go.
Of course, hindsight being 20/20, if Harmon would have nailed that foul shot, then that 3 wouldn't. Wellston would still be up by 1 point.
Rockets still have to get the ball inbounds.
Vinton County will probably let them get the ball inbounds. They don't want to foul here.
You know, Bill, every team, regardless of how good you are, is going to have an off night like the Vikings have had tonight.
Absolutely.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care what team it is.
Well,
you're going to have an off night. But the Vikings, the thing about the Vikings, Bill, they've been able to sustain. I'll spit it out in a minute. To sustain and stay in this game,
yes,
because the Rockets have played, let's be honest, they've played way above their heads tonight.
Well, we've got Irvin, who started out a little slow but ended up the half with 18 points, and now he's sitting at 30 points. So he's come along there at the end of the second quarter and kept on rolling the third and fourth quarter.
Now they put 4.4 back on the clock. It was 3.9, is that correct? They put 4.4 back on the clock.
So they're going to let Wellston get the ball. They're not going to foul Wellston, that's for sure. So Wellston should get a good shot off.
What is going on? Put 4.4 back on the clock. I'm not sure that I would let Kyan Irvin catch. I would let anybody else on the court catch the ball other than Kyan Irvin. He has the strength enough to chuck it 3/4 of the length of the floor. Shot is up. No good. We're going to overtime. Not sure this is a an area the Rockets want to go with the Vikings, because now the Vikings are smelling.
I tell you what, you've let them hang on the whole game and didn't. And of course, we think that, or we at least thought that this was an unmatched game, with thinking that maybe Vinton County is just going to come in and roll over Wellston. That didn't happen. And so this rivalry has come together. Wellston has played above their normal game. Wouldn't you say that?
Yes, amen.
And so, yeah, we're in church. So Wellston's played above their grade for the most part. Everybody, the people who normally score or normally have a high game, everybody's got their high game tonight. Irvin, Harmon.
30 tonight.
42. What's his? He's contributed.
Will Briggs with 12.
Briggs has come in hot tonight. So everybody, Wellston's cooking on all 8 cylinders now.
Garrett Brown for the Vikings with 15. What an amazing high school basketball game so far we've been able to watch here tonight. Number 2, Davidson, he's with 3. Number 5, Sharp, he has 2 on the night. And number 13, Brady Kane, has 21 on the night.
Now it's going to
be for the Vikings.
We're going to want to see if Allman can get back in his groove, because they took him clean out when he scored his 3rd foul.
Toss goes in the air. Rockets, Vikings come away with it. Drive to the lane to shoot 2, score! Vikings take the lead in overtime. Davidson on the drive. 53-51 for the Vikings. The second lead for them for the night. Irvin's shot, no good. Rebound, Tabern for the Rockets. Back out top to Jackson. Jackson back out to Harmon. 3:30 to go.
We're going to
Rockets
watch
now
Wellston,
trail by 2.
Watch Wellston, see if they don't try to push it too much.
Harmon pass inside. Batted out of bounds by the Vikings. Number 13 under the basket. That's Brady McCain. McCain's had a huge night for the Vikings tonight. 21 points.
I'm wondering, Vinton County put in 3 subs. I'm wondering if they're not going to go with the full court press. Get their smaller guys
just
in
giving
there.
a couple of those guys a quick breather, and they'll go right back in. Jackson with the ball. Inbounds to Irvin. Guarded by number 3, and that's higher. Irvin to the center of the paint. Going to pass it to Tabern. Shot up, score!
And it's in.
Tie ball game once again. 3:05 to go. Garrett Brown bringing the ball up the court for the Vikings. Guarded by Irvin out top. Pass to the right wing to Davidson. Davidson to the Brown on the left wing to the rack. Number 2 for the layup. Score!
That's 2 layups in a row for Vinton County. Wellston's got to nail this defense down tight.
Davidson puts the Vikings back on top by 2. Harmon with the ball out top for the Rockets. Rockets commit a crucial turnover. Here come the 3 boys back in. They got their breath. Back in they come for the offensive end of the court. Nice piece of coaching by Coach Kite for the Vikings. 2:31 to go. Vikings on top by 2. 55-53, your score, Vikings on top.
Wellston has got to come out of this no points on this time down for Vinton County. And he's driving the lane, and they shoot.
Air ball rebounded by Allman. Back out top to Brown. Brown skip pass. Move to the paint. Shot no good. Rebound, Briggs. Over to Harmon. Over to Irvin with 2:03 to go. Irvin driving to the paint. Going to call a foul on Brown with a body check. Going to put Irvin to the line for the 1-on-1. Brown's second foul on the night. Irvin looking to tie it back up here. Rockets now trailing by 2. Front end of a 1-on-1. Ball's in the air. It is good. Back to a 1-point ball game with 2:01 to go. Irvin looking to tie it up with this shot. It's in the air. Short. No good. Rockets still trail by 1. Minute 55. Vikings on top by 1.
Vinton County will probably take their time.
Pass over to Sharp. Sharp spin move to the basket.
lane.
Shot up. No good. Rebound. Rockets. Irvin on the breakaway. He's going to take it to the rack. No good. Rebound Vikings. Rebound by Kane. Vikings need not be in too big of a hurry here. They have the lead and the ball. Passes over to Davidson on the right wing. Rockets stay in a man-to-man defense. Minute 20 to go. Allman with the shot. Going to call a foul on the play. It's going to put the Rockets at 5 fouls on the evening, on the second half rather. Briggs coming out. Martin came in for the Rockets. Vikings with the ball out of bounds and right in front of the Viking bench. Davidson with the ball. Sharp with the ball out top now. Foul on the play. Rockets still have 2 fouls to give. Taburn with the steal. Nope, not yet. Vikings come away with it. Irvin with the steal. Yes.
Rockets have the ball.
57 seconds to go. Rockets trail by 1, and we have a timeout. Rockets, I believe.
That's exactly what needed to happen. No score for Vinton County, and the Rockets get the ball back with 54 seconds left.
Bill, that's the first time I've seen the Vikings tonight really be rattled on the offensive end of the ball.
Right, with Wellston's hustle after that ball, they're like, okay, what do we do now? So it was a run and gun on Vinton County's part, and Wellston kind of kept their cool and got the ball back.
Rockets with the ball. 54 seconds to go. Rockets trailing by 1, 54-55. Now, each coach, Rockets understand we've got to push the ball up the court. Not sure exactly. You'd have a couple options in the huddle. You keep the ball, shoot the ball with 7 seconds, hope to get an offensive rebound and put it back up in and score. And the Vikings are probably going to let this thing run down and play solid defense. Look for the Vikings maybe even to come out into a different defense on this transition to give the Rockets a different look. They played man-to-man defense just about all night long.
Right.
Look for the Vikings possibly maybe even drop back into a zone and pack it back inside. Let's see what happens when the Rockets break the huddle.
Wellston hasn't depended on the three-point shot this last quarter, so we'll see if they do drop back into a zone. It might loosen things up for Wellston to take a three-pointer.
Vikings appear they're going to match up man-to-man. Full court man-to-man, and try to deny the ball inbounds. Jackson with the ball.
You got to do it.
Passes it inbounds to Irvin, guarded by Brown. Again, those two boys have played with each other, not against each other, pretty much about their whole life. Harmon with the ball outside. Rockets with the ball with 44 seconds to go. Harmon picking it back out top. Vikings still in a man-to-man defense. Irvin with the ball out top. Kill the clock, son. No reason to score just yet. He's going to take it to the rack anyway. Shot up, no good. Going to draw the foul.
And I think that was probably the whole plan all along. However, if Wellston needs 2 points, and then Vinton County's got the ball back.
Not sure if I'm the Rockets that I would have shot the ball that quickly.
Well, it's because you lose control. You lose control. Vinton County's going to get the ball back now.
And then they could just run the clock out on you. Irvin's going to go to the line to shoot 2 with an opportunity to tie this thing up or even put the Rockets ahead. 29 seconds to go in this one. And what a shootout it has been here tonight at Wellston High School, Coach Jim Darrow Court.
Well, folks, if you're watching from home.
First shot is good.
You've got your money's worth tonight.
And we're all tied up. Now Vinton County brings the big boys back in. Allman back in down at the low block. Could get real interesting right here, folks.
I tell you, tonight, Allman has been off his game, and you can tell when he got that third foul and he had to sit down right at the end of the second quarter.
Second shot. Rockets take the lead. 29 seconds. Sharp with the ball. Kicks it ahead to Higher.
There goes the foul.
Taps it out of bounds.
That's the foul.
I'm going to call the foul on the Rockets. Yep, going to put the Vikings. Nope, still have a foul to give. Rockets are going to burn their final timeout. I believe that's their final timeout of the night. And the Vikings will have the ball out of bounds under the basket. So with 25 seconds to go, let's take a look at what possibly could happen. Obviously, the Vikings have to score, and I would say probably score, shoot the ball around 7 to 10 seconds left in the clock to give yourself an opportunity to get the ball back. Obviously, you don't want to shoot quickly and miss, and the Rockets get the rebound. You don't want that to happen. So that's the reason why you run the ball down, run the time down all the way down to that 7 to 10 minute or 7 to 10 second time range on the clock to give yourself an opportunity to get the rebound to put it back in. The Rockets, on the other hand, you don't foul.
Right. If there's a good scenario for Vinton County, it's we got to take the last shot.
Rockets have 2 fouls to give. Actually 1 foul to give before they put the Vikings back on the line for the bonus. But this is not a situation, I think, that I foul and put the Vikings to the line. Obviously, you just have to come out. And if I'm in the Rockets, I'm going to play zone defense, and we're not. We're coming out man. We're going to pack that thing back down inside, and nobody's going to shoot an inside shot on us.
I like what Wellston's doing, dropping those 2 guys right there underneath the basket. Nobody's getting that layup like they have the last few plays that Vinton County has had.
Here we go, folks. 25 seconds to go. Rockets on top. Brown looking to break loose. Vikings call quick timeout. That takes them down to 1 timeout left on the clock, and the Rockets have no timeouts left. 56-55 your score, 25 seconds remaining in the game.
Now, if you're Vinton County, you're coming down here to Wellston. Did you have any idea that this game was going to be like this?
Not at all. But the Vikings have fought and fought and fought and stayed in this thing. Again, we've talked about this. I don't care what team it is, who it is, anywhere. You're going to have a night like this to where you go into an opponent's gymnasium or a football field, whatever the case may be, and you're in for a dogfight. Right. That's what this game has been tonight, all night long. And the Vikings have fought through it and stayed in this thing. And Rockets, again, have played what I know everybody's saying probably above where they normally have played all year, which you got to have games like that too as an offensive unit.
Right.
Rockets come back out into a man-to-man defense.
No, you can't have a layup. As long as you don't give them a layup, let them shoot.
Here we go. Now we're ready. Got to pay attention to Allman under the basket, the big guy. May look to get him the alley-oop or maybe even put him on the line with 25 seconds remaining. Get it inbounds to Brown. Brown guarded by Irvin. Going to do a spin move to the basket. Shot. No good. Rebound Rockets. Vikings had a look under the basket. Could not convert.
Vinton County's wanting a foul on Irvin. And again, if you look close, he was in the air and looked like he was leaning over the Vinton County man.
2 shots. Rockets in the double bonus. 19 seconds to go. Irvin's first shot. It is good. 57-55. Rockets on top by 2 with 19 seconds to go in this one. What a game tonight. Irvin looking to seal this thing right here. Second shot. Good. Rockets up by 3 with 19 seconds to go. Vikings have to score and score quickly.
No, you cannot foul. You cannot foul.
Has to be a 3. Garrett for 3. Nails it!
We just had a foul call.
Foul call. Foul call on the play. Puts Irvin to the line. Shooting two
with
4 seconds to go. Rockets up by 1. Four seconds to go. Rockets 59, Vikings 58. Second shot, good. And we have a timeout on the floor.
Well, Bub, I don't know. 2-point game here at the end of the first overtime. What's Vinton County do now?
Well, you got to get the ball. Obviously, you got to get the ball inbounds quickly and push it up the floor quickly. And it doesn't have to be a three.
No.
So you may put Allman down low, get the ball inbounds, push it up the court, get it to him inside the paint, or even kick it back out with hopes of Allman getting a clean look underneath the basket. 4 seconds, believe it or not, folks, is a lot of time in a basketball game. They have time to get the ball in, get it to half court, throw it the length of the court to their big guy under the basket, and to shoot it with hopes of getting a foul and putting him on the line.
So if you're Wellston, how are you playing your defense?
Defensively, if I'm the Rockets, we're coming out man-to-man defense.
Man-to-man.
Not let your man catch the ball.
So you're playing tight. You're playing real tight.
Well, not super tight, but what we call token defense. And that appears what the Rockets are going to do. They're going to come out in a 1-2-2 full court zone press with token defense. 4 seconds to go. Rockets on top, 60-58. Sharp with the ball. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Oh my. We call a foul at the buzzer.
When the offensive man is coming that hard, would you typically call that as
you get away
block?
from it? You get away from it. Now we're putting the Vikings on the line to tie this thing up
with no time on the clock.
With a one-on-one situation. No time on the clock. You got to put the guy to the line to shoot the one-on-one. And he's got to convert both with no time on the clock. Defensively, I'm not sure what the Rockets were thinking on the play. But here we are. First shot, it is good. 1-point ball game. This young man will remember this
the rest of his
life.
Days.
Sharp to the line to tie it up with no time on the clock. Second shot, rolls it in. Can you say double OT? Again, exactly the reason why you don't foul a shooter at the end of the game.
Well, folks at home, BMG Media is bringing you the game tonight on Facebook. You're seeing a barn burner tonight. Wellston Rockets 60, Vinton County 60. Double overtime. 4 minutes on the clock. Nobody can say this has not been a great basketball game. If there are highlights to be seen for this season, this will be in it.
4 minutes back on the clock. We're all tied up once again. 60 all.
it's going to be good to see how Wellston and Vinton County, how they handle coming out for the second time. Are they going to slow down? Are they going to not handle things in an intense fashion? Or will the pressure remain?
Here we go, folks. 4 minutes on the clock. The official puts the ball in the air. Tapped. Rockets come away with it. Josh Jackson with the ball for the Rockets. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. Jackson guarded by Sharp, who tied this thing up with no time on the clock by hitting 2 major free throws. Harmon with the ball, guarded by Brady Kane. Brings it back out top.
Looks like Wellston's taking their time, setting up some offense here.
Harmon doing a nice job out top, just handling the ball, not getting too excited, getting the ball to Irvin. 3:20 to go here in the double overtime. Irvin guarded by number 13, Kane. Irvin with a rebound, back shot, back score.
2
Rockets
points.
regain the lead. Irvin with 37 on the night. Rockets on top. 2:50 to go. Pass inside to Allman. Allman shoots a runner. No good. Out of bounds, goes to the Rockets. Vikings bringing a little smaller lineup in. Looks like they will go back to possibly a man-to-man covered defense. And it looks like Heyer is going to be the one that's going to guard Will Briggs. Vikings in a 1-2-2 half-court zone trap. Harmon with the pass.
Wellston, he's wide open underneath. Boy, we missed one there, folks.
Irvin with the ball. Guarded by Heyer.
Trying to clear things out for Irvin to make a move. How about we make some offense? Don't rush
Harmon
anything.
looks at a three. Nails it.
It's the gunslinger, folks.
Rockets back up by 5. Garrett Brown guarded by Irvin out top. Brown to the rack. Puts his shoulder down, offensive foul.
They're calling the charge on that one.
Good call by the official, folks, honestly. Anytime an offensive player drives anywhere on the floor and dips his shoulder, that's going to be automatic. Garrett Brown looks like he fouls out on the night for the Vikings. That is huge. Huge down the stretch for the Vikings. Is that 5 fouls or 4 fouls on Garrett? They're showing 4 on the board. I think it might have been 5. Had to have been 5 because if it's 4, he'd still be in the game for me.
Right.
No question
All right,
about
folks.
that.
Rockets are 5 points up, 2 minutes and 7 seconds left. How do we handle this at this point?
Still a great lineup in there for the Vikings. Vikings have got to go for the steal. They've got to foul immediately. They got to foul as soon as the ball's put in bounds, put the Rockets at the line. To put the Rockets at the line.
That doesn't look like that's their strategy right now.
They're staying in the 1-2-2 zone, full court press, trap press, inbounds to Harmon. You have to foul, I would think. Back out to Jackson. Jackson over to Harmon.
You got to.
Rockets have 1 timeout to burn, and they do that.
Now, you get an extra timeout at overtime?
Each team gets 1 extra timeout in overtime. Rockets on top now with 1:56 to go, 65-60.
It seems that the crowd, while not quite as intense right now, just under 2 minutes left, but it does seem like things are almost like folks are accepting that here we go again.
Well, again, probably, Bill, probably, in all honesty, the best performance Kyan Irvin has ever had for the Rockets. And I say that because of the opponent that he's playing against. You don't go out every night and put up 37 points on a team like the Vinton County Vikings, the type of defense and the tenacity that they play with.
And we'll have to give it on he went to more of an inside game tonight, going up, putting shots up, getting his own rebound for those shots in the paint.
Rockets with the ball on the side, looking to get it inbounds, and they do. Irvin with the ball with 1:50 to go. Rockets on top by 5 now. Skip pass over to Tabor. Tabor with the ball. And Rockets turn it over. Allman back in the game for the Vikings. And Kane back in the game for the Vikings. Minute 47 to go. Plenty of time for the Vikings to tie this thing back up. Obviously, they got to score on this transition.
Are we looking for a 3-point?
No, don't have to shoot a 3 here. A 2-point is definitely looking to shoot a 3 here, and we do. No good. Rebound, Allman for the Vikings. Puts it back up. Passes back out. Shoots another 3. Nails it. Two-point game. Plenty of time for both teams. 65-63 your score. Irvin guarded by Davidson out top.
Okay, Wellston looks like they're kind of standing around waiting on Irvin to do something. We need to set up an offense, run something.
Rockets turn it over with a minute to go.
Another 3.
Higher for the 3.
No good. Rebound by Allman. He passes it back out.
That is the right call. I know folks don't like that, but that is the right call. You have two players grasping the ball under the basket, shuffling their feet. That's an automatic travel and a great call by a veteran official on the baseline. I know folks don't want to hear that, but that is the right call.
Looks like Vinton County's got a running team in here. Some folks that can play some defense and get up and down the court.
Irvin with the ball, guarded by number 22, Hembry. Trying to get it across half court. Steal by the Vikings. Score!
Layup
We're
is in
tied
there.
up.
We're tied up again.
Harmon with the ball.
Stay.
Guarded by Davidson. Pass inside to Jackson. Outside
Go
to
to
Will
the hole.
Briggs. Will Briggs to the basket. Shot no good.
Wellston has the ball.
Rocket ball.
Now, folks, we've got 16.8 seconds. 65-65. Wellston has the ball out. I'm saying we're going for one shot.
Absolutely.
Vinton County, on the other hand, cannot foul.
Rockets need to run it all the way down to 2 to 3 or 4 seconds to shoot it.
Or I should say Vinton County should foul so they can get the ball back. Even if they lose a couple points, then they can get the ball back and take a 3.
We have a sub at the table. Allman, the big guy for the Vikings, back in. 65 all. Ball inbounds to Irvin. Irvin takes it to the paint. Shot, score!
Goes in for the layup. Vinton
9.
County's going to come back down.
Score! We're going to the third overtime. Folks, what do you say? What can you say? Two teams that absolutely refuse to lose. They refuse to lose at this point. This game is, I'm hoping you have as much fun watching this game as what we are calling it tonight. Now, as the Vikings, with one of your star players out of the game with Garrett Brown, is a very critical thing for the Vikings.
Well, I tell you what, if you came here tonight expecting Wellston to lay down or expected Vinton County just to roll over Wellston tonight, you have another thing coming.
What a game here this evening for the Vikings lineup right now. They have it going with a smaller lineup with the exception of Allman out there. You have Sharp, you have Heyer, Kane, and Davidson for the Vikings. Irvin in to jump against Allman. Triple overtime. I think once in my referee career, of a 30-year referee career, we maybe have done that one time. Ball in the air, tapped by the Rockets. Vikings come away with it. Sharp with the ball. Again, Brown on the bench, fouled out. Rebound, Allman, back up, score! Irvin reverse spin, shot, no good, rebound, back up, shot again, no good, fight for the ball into the basket. Irvin comes away with it. Tie ball game. I'm sorry, that was a three, I'm sorry. Rockets up by one, another three, no good, rebound Rockets. We're trying to keep up here, folks. Rockets with the ball with 2:55 to go. Up by one. Kyan Irvin with the ball out top, guarded by Davidson for the Vikings. Irvin with the crossover dribble. Takes the ball to the basket, shot up, score!
Gets
and
the
they're
layup.
giving him the hoop. Rockets up by three. Kyan Irvin looking to make it four. Taburn back in the lineup for the Rockets, replacing Justin Jackson. Irvin to the line to finish the old-fashioned three. Nothing to the Vikings. They came back from 5 down before. Irvin's shot, no good. Rebound, Vikings. Rockets up by 3, 72-69, 2:30 to go. Sharp with the ball. Drive into the paint. Shot up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Guarded
Still
by
inside.
Irvin
He's
under the basket.
He's looking for someone in there.
Looking again. Back out, Sop to number 2. Three-point goal, no good. Out of bounds on the side. Goes to the Rockets with 2:15 to go. Kyan Irvin with 44 points on the night. Triple overtime.
That triple overtime doesn't hurt you when you're trying to rack up some more points, does it?
Ball inbounds to Gunnar Harmon. Rockets can take their time. Vikings in a 1-2-2 defense. Full court or three-quarter court trap. Skip pass over to Irvin. Just hold the ball. Hold the ball. Pull it out, son.
Take your time.
2 minutes to go.
Take your time.
Over to Josh Jackson.
They're going to foul. They've got to try to foul.
Back out top to his brother, Justin. If you're going to foul, he's the one you want to foul. Josh with the ball. Now the Vikings call a foul. Minute 47 to go.
Vinton County's got their running team in, except for Allman.
Allman
they need a
is
rebounder.
There. Rockets go to the line to shoot 2 now. They're in a 2-point conversion. First shot. Jackson's first shot is good. Josh Jackson to the line. Puts the Rockets on top by 4. with composure. His second shot on the way. No good. Rebound. Higher. Kicks it ahead to Davidson. Over to, I believe, Sharp. That is correct. Sharp is their go-to guy with Brown on the bench. Three-point goal. No good. Rebound, Irvin. Have a foul with 1:30. It's going to put Irvin to the line to shoot 2. That's going to send Sharp to the line, or Sharp to the sideline with 5 fouls. He's the go-to guy that the Vikings went to
for those 3 points
when Brown went to the bench.
Well, folks are excited here tonight. So even in our microphones, if you hear folks cheering, you can hear that intensity.
Irvin's second shot is good. Rockets back up again by 5. And again, folks, the Vikings have come back from 5 2 different times down the floor.
To tie it up.
They're going to have to score now. And
there's a big turnover. That's big turnover for the Rockets. Then Rockets going to get the ball back here with 1:18.
74-69. Rockets on top by 5 with 1:15 to go. Skip pass over to Harmon. Harmon to the middle to Briggs. Briggs over to, now just pull it back out, boys, and run the clock. Pull it out and run the clock. No need to shoot it. Irvin with the ball out top. Make the Vikings foul you. Skip it down to Jackson in the corner. He needs to get rid of it, and he does. You don't need the shot, but we'll take it and score.
50
Rockets
seconds left.
Up by 7. Number 2 with a three-point goal. No good.
Rockets getting the ball back. Up by 7, 43.3 seconds left.
And we have a timeout on the court. And with that, folks, 43 seconds to go. If the Rockets play their cards right, this could be a big night for the Rockets. Both teams out of Vikings have 1 timeout left. Rockets, I believe, have 1 timeout left. What a ball game here tonight, folks, that we have seen. Kyan Irvin so far, and we still have 43 seconds to go, has put up 45 points tonight against the Vikings, which to me I thought was totally impossible.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has come through in the clutch. And folks, if you're watching the game tonight, you'll see him. He makes a couple moves, crosses over with the ball, and usually goes in for a in the lane shot or some kind of little bank shot. And if he misses, he's real close to getting his own rebound.
Rockets will have the ball coming out of this timeout, taking the ball out on the side of the court with 43 seconds to go. 76-69 is your score. Could be one of the biggest wins in Rocket history, and certainly one of the biggest wins for Coach Foudy and the Golden Rockets tonight. Rockets taking the ball out of bounds. Josh Jackson has the ball, looking for a Rocket to go deep. He's going to throw it deep. It's tapped. Going to be regained by the Vikings. Going to shoot a three-point goal. No good. Has to be, absolutely. Will Briggs hurts the deck. And
yeah, he went down.
And that's the right call again by the official. I know if you watch the film, if you rewind this and see that, you'll see the Viking player crash into the Rocket player, Will Briggs. And I know they don't like to hear this, but that is the right call on the play. The official got that right. 39 seconds to go. Rockets up by 7. Briggs at the line to make it 8. And does he? He does. 77-69. At least we don't have any goalposts here tonight to tear down. That's a good thing.
Well, now we're talking about 2 and 3 possessions you need to get back those points.
Second shot, no
for
good.
Vinton County.
37 seconds to go.
So they have to rush things around a little bit to try to catch up.
Number 13 steps back to shoot a three. No good. Rebound Rockets. Steal back by Vikings. Steal back by the Rockets. Ball's loose on the floor. And not sure what the call is. Have a call on the Vikings. I think that goes against Allman. And that's going to be his 5th foul on the night.
I was always hopeful that if you go into overtime that they give everybody one extra foul, so that you can kind of keep this kind of thing from happening.
Tayburn's first shot is good. Folks, all in all, the officiating for this game tonight, it's almost impossible as an official to referee a game like this. But if you can referee a game like this and everything has stayed intact, you've had a pretty good night. Have they missed calls? Absolutely. They've missed calls both ways. That happens with every officiating crew every night out. You're not going to get every call right. But what a big night so far for the Rockets. 3-point goal by the Vikings. Shot, no good. Rebound, Vikings. 18 seconds to go. Shooting another three. No good. Rebound, Will Briggs for the Rockets. Foul on the play. 12 seconds to go. Will Briggs going to the line to shoot two with 12 seconds to go. Rockets up by 9. First shot, no good. Second shot is good. Makes it a 10-point ball game, 12 seconds to go. 3-point goal by the Vikings. Shot is good. Makes it a 7-point ball game with 5 seconds to go. Coach Kite burns his last timeout. And bar a complete catastrophe, the Rockets should be able to hang on here tonight and win this thing. Kyan Irvin has had, no question about it, the best game of his entire career, I believe, here tonight against the Vikings with 45 points on the night. And then along with Will Briggs at 16 and Gunnar Harmon with 12. Gunnar had a huge three in the last overtime section. And then the Vikings, number 13 with 27 points. Garrett Brown with a huge night again for the Vikings, along with number 2 had 7, number 3 had 5, and number 11 had 7 points. So huge game so far here tonight. Obviously, nobody expected this, Bill.
Not at
Rockets
all.
came out and played tonight, clicking on all cylinders, hit huge shots. When they needed huge shots, they were able to make those shots. Vikings battled all night long. Amazing defense.
Rockets have kept their head for the most part this whole game.
5 seconds to go. Rockets up by 5 with the ball out of bounds. Folks, due to the intensity of the game and the atmosphere, we are not going to stick around real long here after the game tonight. We'll make a few comments, and then we're going to wrap this thing up. Rockets with the ball, inbounds to Harmon. 2 seconds, and that's going to wrap it up, folks. Rockets coming away with one of the biggest victories in Wellston High School history. Major upset tonight as the Rockets upset the Vinton County Vikings here at Coach Jim Darrow Court by the score of 79-72. And Bill, what an absolute amazing performance by the senior shooting guard, Kyan Irvin.
We can't say enough. Cannot say enough about this young man. He took his shots from the field. I believe he got most of those points probably from in the paint by driving the lane, by switching hands over, and getting the 2 points, getting his own rebounds, and at the foul line.
What a great performance by the Rockets. And again, folks, give credit to the Vikings. I understand they came in here tonight with a record of 8-1. I see how that is possible with the defense that they play and the structure of their defense and the structure of their offense and their coaching staff.
I'll say this, one of the keys was the Almond boy, I don't think, got in his rhythm for the whole game.
And what happens, Bill, when you have a player that gets fouls early in the game or gets a call made and gets them out of the rhythm, a lot of times they stay out of that rhythm all night, and that's what happened, unfortunately, to Auburn this evening.
Hey, guys, real quick, just wanted to announce the Adena player of the game. Without a doubt, Kyan Irvin. This is his second closest career high. He broke the single-game school record at the beginning of the year. And this is his, so this backs right behind that at the number 2 season high for him in scoring. And he is our Adena player of the game. So congratulations, Kyan.
Congrats to. He broke that record December that I played in the game with John Darrow December 19th back in 1982, I believe it was.
There you go.
So, and for everybody else, I was sitting on the bench during that game.
Bill was the football player. But
yep, one of the greatest fullbacks I think it ever went through. Wellston is my brother Bill right here. Anyway, the Rockets come out victorious tonight. Major upset over the Vinton County Vikings. Rockets 79, Vikings 72. We're going to send it back to our board here tonight. We want to say good night. God bless. God bless America, everybody. Go Rockets.
that's all right.